In this video, we're going to take a look at how we can make different levels and scenes in Godot and make it so that we can have something like where our player can walk into different levels and walk back into our previous levels. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is create two folders. One is going to hold all my scenes and the other folder is going to hold all my scripts. And then I'm going to create my first level, which I'm going to rename, and it's going to be called level white. And I'm going to arrange these levels in terms of colors. So for this, let me add a color rect, and I'm just going to stretch this out just so it fills the whole thing, and let me hit save. Okay, so I want to go into scenes and save my level white, and I'm also going to create my player. So let me open a new tab and Control A, and this one is going to be a character body 2D, and let me add a sprite 2D. Okay, a sprite 2D, and inside of this I'm going to drag the icon. Let me move it up a tiny bit, and let me also add a collision shape so our player can collide with the world. And for the shape, I'm going to use a rectangle, and let me just make sure it fits. Okay, so it's not too important for this, so just about will be enough. Okay, I'm going to rename this to player, and let me hit save. Okay, so let me hit save, and then I'm also going to add a script to this player so it can move around. So this one is going to be saved inside of scripts, right? And for the movement, let me go into project settings and input map, and let me add movements for up, down, left and right. For each of these, let's add the key we want. So for up, I'm going to use up. For down, I'm going to use down. For left, I'm going to use left. And for right, I'm going to use right. Okay, so let's hit close, and let me define a speed for my player. So this is going to be 500, and inside of the physics process function, I'm going to use the move and slide function, and let me set the velocity, which is going to be equal to the direction. So let me actually let me define the direction here, var direction, and this is going to be input dot get vector, and we're going to be using left for negative x, right, a bit of a mess, but anyway, this is what it finally looks like after a bit of messing around. And the velocity is going to be the direction times the speed, and let me hit save on that. Let me go back to my level white, go on 2D, and let me drag the player inside of here. So Control Shift A, and let me get the player, and let me drag the player somewhere around here, and let me hit save, and then I can press play over here, select current, and now I can move around with my player. Okay, so let me create two more scenes. So this one is going to be my second level. I'm going to call this level blue. Okay, and let me add a color rect to this as well, color rect. Okay, I'm going to go over to color, and I'm going to type in blue, and let me drag this out so it can fit the entire screen. Okay, and I'm going to hit save, and this is also going to be inside of my scenes. And let me create one more level, and this is going to be my level red. Okay, and I'm also going to add a color rect, and this one is going to be red. Let me drag this out so it fits the entire screen, and let me hit save. Okay, so this is going to be my red level. This is going to be my red level. So let me go back to the first level, and I'm going to add a way so we can go into the blue level. Actually, before we do that, let's go to the blue. Before we do that, let's go to the blue level, and let's add the player in here too. So I'm going to grab our player and put him here. Okay, and hit save, and I'm going to go to our red level. Let me get the player, and I'm also going to put him here too, and hit save. Okay, so let me go back to our white level, and right at the edge I'm going to have a door, right, which when we hit, it's going to take us into the next level. Okay, so to create the door, we need an area 2D. Okay, and this area is going to be, let's say, door to blue, door to level blue. Okay, and let me add a color rect to this. A color rect. Let me click on the color, and this can be blue, and I'm going to drag this, and I'm going to drag this all the way over here. Okay, let me make it slightly larger, and I also need to add a collision shape to this. Okay, so a collision shape 2D, and this collision shape is going to be a rectangle, and let me drag this all the way over here and make sure it fits here. Okay, so make sure it fits here so we can actually detect when our player has hit the door. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to create a script for this level. So I'm going to hit create, and inside of scenes, inside of scripts, I mean, we're going to have a script for our white level, and we can get rid of this. Okay, let me hit save, and over on this area 2D for this blue door, I'm going to go over to node, and I'm going to use the signal body entered, so we can tell whenever our player has entered this blue door. And I'm going to hit connect, and now we have this function that's going to run every time our player enters the blue door. And so whenever it enters the blue door, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get tree, and then I'm going to change scene to file, and I want to change it to the level blue. And let me hit save, go back here to 2D, and let me run this now. So now I can move around, and when I enter this blue door, it takes us to the blue level. Okay, now we can do a similar process. So we're going to go over to our blue level, and now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to make doors for the white level here and the red level here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an area 2D. Okay, this is what we're going to use to detect. This is going to be the door, and this is going to be a door to level red. Okay, I'm going to add a color rect. Let me go to inspector, color, and let me type in red. Okay, and let me drag this all the way over here, right to the boundary. It might be a bit hard to see, but make it a bit larger. Let me put it right on the edge, and this also needs a collision shape. Okay, it needs a collision shape 2D, and the shape of this, we're going to use a rectangle. Okay, let me drag this all the way over here, and let me make sure that this fits. Let me make sure that this fits our door. And the same thing, we're going to create a script for our blue level. Okay, so inside of scripts, I don't need this code here, but what I do need is I need to go to the red level door, go into node, and I need to, so let me save this script, let's make it saved, and then let me go into body entered, right, and I'm going to connect it. And same thing over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tree, and then I'm going to change the scene to the red level here. Okay, so let me hit save, go back to 2D, and if I hit play, okay, so I can enter this door, I can find the red door here. When I go there, I can go to the red scene. So as a challenge, you can try this yourself to basically repeat this process for the red level, so we can have a door that goes back to the blue level, and maybe we can have an extra door that takes us back to the white level. Thanks for watching.